Jimmy Edwards, a proud U.S. Marine and Vietnam War veteran, embodies the true meaning of sacrifice. Wounded in combat, he paid a heavy price in service to his country, but he never lost his spirit.
In August of 1969, in a Vietnam area called Arizona Territory, nicknamed Booby Trap City, Jimmy Edwards and his unit prepared for a night ambush during Operation Hastings.
We were in an ambush and the battle was on. And I got hit by a 122 millimeter rocket, which immediately caused both me to lose both legs. They were gone.
Jimmy's fight or flight mode was triggered.
I rolled over, tied one leg off to keep me from bleeding to death. And I had a web belt. I turned it over and tightened them up. Corpsman got to me, hit me with morphine, and we went from there.
Back home, a knock at the door delivered news that would change everything. And as Jimmy says, in the Marine Corps, some messages are too heavy for paper.
When the captain and the sergeant arrived at my parents' home, see, in the Marine Corps, they went to your home. They just didn't send you a letter or a telegram. It said that I had lost both legs in Vietnam. It was called a field traumatic amputation.
Then, in a room full of survivors, it was time to start healing and lifting each other up.
I was in a barracks that was predominantly made up of amputees and burn victims. And we were all there together, and we helped each other.
And with the help he received, Jimmy gained confidence and made a promise to himself.
I had vowed that I'd never ever come home until I walked. I wasn't coming home in a wheelchair, I wasn't coming home in a hospital bed, I wasn't going to the VA hospital, I was going to come home.
And when he finally made it home, his homecoming wasn't quiet. Why? Because of the people from his hometown.
When I came home, I stepped into the waiting, greeting arms of about 300 Montgomery County residents. Conroe residents, classmates, friends.
While 55 years have gone by, some memories never really leave.
Some days it seems a long, long time ago, and some days, as I sometimes reminisce about it, it seems like yesterday. There are certain areas of it. What's strange about the human body and the human mind is I forget some of the tragedy of it.
Though Jimmy can't forget losing his legs, he instead chooses to remember what he calls the funny parts.
The camaraderie and the party and the gathering and us talking and us being together, a fellowship as Marines. And some of them are horrors. I guess the human brain just pulls it back so you don't have to live with it every day. My basic thoughts is I did my job, I did my duty, I served my country, I survived it, and I came home.
Jimmy said it's easier for soldiers and Marines to keep it simple.
We don't sit around and debate the philosophy of the political ramifications of the Saigon government and its relationship to President Johnson. I mean, we're trying to figure out where we're going to eat next, how we're going to stay warm, and how we're going to stay alive.
And Jimmy believes keeping veteran stories alive is the best way to teach other generations about the Vietnam War.
I give a lot of speeches, and the best speeches that seem to be received by most people is when I tell stories. And that is what it is, when you sit in a small group.
After returning from war, Jimmy knew sitting wasn't for him. He earned a political science degree from Sam Houston State University and was elected the Texas House at 24 years old, serving from 1973 to 1981.
This Marine service to his country and fellow Americans didn't end there. Jimmy later served the citizens of Montgomery County as judge from 1983 to 1987, and he continues to honor fellow veterans by advocating for them. Currently, he's chairman of the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Commission, and his goal is to continue honoring, educating, and inspiring others. And Jimmy Edwards has been able to accomplish that as the chairman, being an integral part of creating the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Park. The park honors those who have served in all different facets, and it continues to add more memorials and chances to educate the public. Now let's take a ride as Jimmy Edwards takes us through the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Park.
We're planting all kind of trees and landscaping. All of this is our work right here. We started out with barren ditch, and that's how we started. We're not celebrating war. What we're doing is it's going to be for modern art. We're going to open up to everybody. This is our first memorial monument on your tour. It is dedicated to the 38 women that died in World War II that were WASP. They flew aircraft and airplanes all across this country and to Europe, getting men out of men so they could serve in combat. 38 of them were killed, shot down, crashed, etc. And so we have 38 chimes, one chime for each one of the women that were killed. And you can hear the chimes. Benches you see are sponsored by different people who have veterans in their family or they wanted to recognize somebody. Up here we have what is called the line. Veterans signing up and their name can be inscribed here. These boards are designed to be lit up during the day and lit up during the night. You can come anytime, 24/7. The park never closes. And we call this Victory Lane and Victory Road. We have Veteran of the Week. We put their names up there. When I moved from the old park down here, I promised that I would keep it intact. Well, I wanted to upgrade it, and that's what we did. But these are the names of the fallen from Montgomery County. Then next is World War I. Now you can imagine how small we were. This county was with only about 10,000 people, and that's a lot of names. Here's World War II. Then it goes on to the next war, Korea, the fallen from Vietnam, the fallen from Beirut. We had one David Brown killed, Desert Storm, and also Iraqi freedom, and also our enduring freedom. This on our right is our first responders globes, along with our first responders flag. We designed a flag for first responders. These are different memorials and globes remembering 9/11. This is our most recently installed. This star stands for WOW, Women of War. The metal has been done in navy gray so that we could simulate that. We wanted it rough with the bolts. These are going to be the plaques here that we've got here. It stands for courage, independence, for the women of war. And we're pleased, and we're going to dedicate that soon. One of these coming up in a few weeks, we'll be ready to dedicate it also. We have a good shot. You can shoot through the star, through the flag, to Mission Hall. It's peaceful here. When we built this bridge, we named it after James Dorsey, Buffalo Soldier. There'll be Indian tour, ladies and gentlemen.
The park continues to be a place to remember all those who have sacrificed their lives for our safety and freedom.